Hi everyone and welcome back to the Work and Study Smarter series with me, Faith B. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is titled Tools for Productivity, Apps and Tech that Keep You on Track. So I think, yes, it's really important that we want to study, yes, we want to be academic, but I think it's also important that we don't neglect that there are some benefits to tech and that there actually are a lot of apps, a lot of websites that actually are very helpful as well. And so today, actually, what we're going to do is delve into a lot of those options, a lot of the tech and the apps that are very useful in terms of studying. So, hi everyone, and welcome back to the Work and Study Smarter series with me, Faith B. As you can see here, we have a range of different examples of tech. So in this episode, so if you're struggling with how to understand tech in terms of how you can use it for your academics, if you're wanting to find out about apps, then this is the episode for you. Today we're going to be delving into one of my favorite topics, tools for productivity. And for those who have been with me for a while and those who have followed the FBI journey, you'll understand that productivity is one of the key ideas that we all focus on because it's very important. So from organizing your to-do lists to managing projects, these tools can really help you level up your work and study game. So let's actually explore a few options to find out what works best for you. And as usual, I'm going to be structuring this episode into different parts. The first part, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about planning and organization tools. Part 2, I'm going to talk about focus and time management tools more specifically. And part 3, I'm going to talk about integrating those tools for a productivity system. So if you're new here, please do subscribe. If you're old here, welcome back. Do turn on the notification bell so you can actually get notified as to new episodes every week. The Work and Study Smarter episodes are out every Tuesday at 12 p.m. and 12 p.m. midday. And the Basement Insights podcast is out every Thursday at 12 p.m. The way it works is that every 2 weeks it's the Work and Study Smarter series, and then on the weeks that it's not the Work and Study Smarter series, it is a podcast. So do, as I said, do turn on the notification bell to stay up to date, and do follow us at Faith B Insights on social media, because I will always update my Instagram stories as to what content's coming out next. And TikTok always gets a preview first as to the episodes. For example, when I interviewed the principal of Solihull Hall College, Dr. Rebecca Gator, I actually put a little preview episode onto TikTok for you all. So follow on TikTok. So let's get stuck in now to part 1, planning and organization tools. So I want to talk to you about one of my favorite tools. Notion is an incredibly flexible tool and can be used for everything from taking notes to creating a full project management system. So if you're someone who likes a blend of structure and creativity, Notion might be for you. Now, let's go into some of the nitty-gritties of Notion. If you are actually a university student and you can verify it using your university student email address, you can actually get a free, I believe it's a free year of Notion Premium. So it's called the Notion for Education plan. Notion for Education is for students or teachers. Notion helps you to balance your responsibilities in its all-in-one workspace. Now, there is a link to read FAQs, so you can ask questions, but I will just summarize it a little bit for you. It's basically a free plus plan for one member workspace. It's something that I have tapped into. It is available for students or teachers signed in with their educational institution's email. For example, now at King's, it was faith.pommel@kcl.ac.uk. So as long as you can verify your email address at whatever university or college or institution, then you'll be able to actually redeem this deal. You can also actually get 50% off Notion AI if you're on this plan. So, let me show you what Notion is. Notion is called your connected workspace for wiki, docs, and projects. It's a productivity and note-taking web application developed by Notion Labs. So let's get stuck into it. Time to share my screen. Let me just actually take this example. So I'm looking at the example here called Class Notes. Notion is a very helpful platform that actively creates guides and resources, primarily on their website, talking to you about how to use and how to better get a use of their platform. So let's get stuck in. So this is titled to be a 10-minute read. So yeah, as you can see here, Class Notes, a very classic example for students. When you're sitting in lectures and seminars or workshops or tutorials, you're sitting down in class, whether you're online or in person, and think to yourself, what is the most effective way to make notes? What tools can I employ? So last week we spoke about 3 tips that actually work, and we delved into tips there. Let's now combine the two by still focusing on study tips that work, but let's actually bring in what tools we can use to actually avidly and actively practice these study tips that actually work. So as you can see, this is just an example of what they've done. They have one column on the left called reviewed. The next column is the name of either the module or the class, the type, and the materials. So I'm going to actually use it from my personal experience as a law student. So as I said here on the left, I'd say reviewed. The name might be duty of care. I might have the contract. I might have a key contract law. I might have employment law, criminal law acts, and I might specify my class. It's contract law, or it's criminal law, or it's land law, etc. My type is basically thinking about, is it a study group? Is it a section? Is it a lecture? Is it a reading? If it's a reading, let me actually reference the reading. And so actually, I want to talk to you a little bit about this. A lot of you have been asking me when I was actually reading Politics at King's about how do I actually kind of write down references, because references is a very, very key and important part of academic writing. And so I would recommend either Zotero or Mendeley. Personally, my favourite is Mendeley. I did try Zotero, but I have a slight inclination towards Mendeley just because I find the guides easier to read, and I also find it easier in terms of creating folders. It integrates nicely with my Mac and iMac, and I believe it doesn't integrate with Windows, but just check on that as well. So again, this video is not sponsored, but I just wanted to talk to you about that because those are questions I've actually previously had. Notion, it can be used for anything. It can be used for notes. It can be used if you're writing the song. It can be used for task lists. You can actually integrate your Google Calendar, your Windows Calendar into it, which I've done before as well. So as you can see, it's just a very active way, as it says here, to centralize your student life in Notion. And as I said, once you actually, create a Notion account actually as well, you can start with templates. Templates are so useful because there are template galleries as well. As you can see here, I've literally just switched here. There are school templates, and you can get Notion free with free galleries. I'm actually utilizing number 2 here, the Uni Hub here, and I actually find it very useful. People are actually creating these templates that you can use for free. So definitely tap into those, especially if you want a structured Notion. Definitely utilize the free template. So that is available on notion.so /templates/category/school. I know it's not to remember, so don't worry, it will be the link in bio, so you can have a look at these free templates, and do sign up with an account as well. One thing I'd actually recommend when signing up to Notion, I signed up with my Google account. Why? Because it's very much easier to integrate, and also it makes it easier to connect my calendar as well. And also, my third reason is actually one of my third and my most valued reason is because if I ever forget my password to Notion, it's actually my Google account. Now that is for those who don't have educational institutions. So let's say, for example, you're not a university, you're not a teacher, and you love Notion anyway, then I recommend signing up with an account you use often so you can remember your password. Alternatively, if you are studying, if you're a student or a teacher or an educator, do go and redeem your free year of the Plus plan, your free Plus plan. I think it's a year, but it could be more, but do redeem it and let me know how you found it. Let me know if you utilize the templates, comment down below and let us know how it went as well. So that is a summary of Notion. Notion is a perfect way to add all of your notes and all the comments, to write down task lists, to-do lists. So now I'm going to show you my personal home. So I've personalized it. I've got my movie list, my recipes, my business, my daily schedule, logos. And then on the flip side, aside from daily, I've got yearly goals, travel plans, PhD options, barrister journey timeline. I actually do my Bible study separately in another app. As you can see on the left, I've got tort law here, the barrister journey. So you can get a sense of the benefits that it brings to me as a student, as a CEO, and how I use it daily. I think the beauty of Notion is that it's free, but I think also there's constantly tutorials on YouTube. There's a lot of people who have dedicated their Instagram accounts to Notion. They offer free templates. Do tap into those as well. And one thing I want to mention as well is that the customer support services have been very helpful for me in terms of just getting questions answered as well. And indeed, the FAQs are very helpful. I can even use it for weekly meal planning, especially for myself as a CEO and a student. I find myself really immersed in very busy weeks, so I do find that meal prepping does help me. For example, I did get back to meal prepping this week, and I've actually found that it helps me to eat more healthily, more balanced, and also it enables me to just have a meal ready on the go. It's very tasty, and it helps me to start chefing things up a little bit, as they say, and just starting to get back into cooking as well. So that's something that I would definitely use in terms of meal prep and planning, because I do see the value in it. So any comments, any questions about Notion, comment down below. Let me know if you have it, how do you find it? If you don't have it and you downloaded it, how was it? And I see a lot of comments from people as well who have tried things from my last episode, so great, get stuck in. On YouTube, I will be doing videos on Notion, so talking about my journey of Notion, Notion as well, how to use Notion, how to set up a Notion account. I will be doing a lot of content about that as well. So comment down below if there are any questions you have about Notion, and I'll do my best to actually answer those questions. The next one I want to actually talk about in terms of organisation and planning is Trello. Trello is great. It's a great tool for visual learners. Now, last week we spoke about the 4 different types of learner. That was a post that was actually made on the Faith Be Insights Instagram account. So just to recap that for you all, the 4 types of learning that we mentioned last week was visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and read/write learners. This is a very useful tool for visual learners because it uses a card and board system that allows you to move tasks from one stage to another, like to do, in progress and completed. It's perfect if you need to see your workflow laid out. So Trello brings together all of your tasks, teammates and tools together, and it just keeps everything in the same place, even if your team isn't in the same place, which is very important as well, especially when you're thinking about organisation and collaborative approaches. It's really good to be able to see and assess what each person is doing. I am focusing on something and I need to be able to manage a team, even if the team is international, and so Trello brings those things together. It allows you to even focus on group work, collaborative projects, and so it really all round it's just a really good tool for team usage as well, and it allows you to use these tools in order to facilitate those experiences. So Trello is really interesting because it's about planning your work. There's a lot of tutorials about how to use Trello for beginners. It's not something I've previously used before, but what I like to do is be like an index for you all and just really summarize what I've used, what I haven't used, and tools that I'm actually aware of that have actually benefited people as well. So this actually uses AI. So we start off with this productivity powerhouse, which is simple, it's flexible. All it really does is combine boards, lists, and cards to get a clear view of who's doing what. So this is quite helpful if you're working as part of a team. It's a very good way just to see if tasks are being set. And I understand that we've got people who are students who are subscribed here, who are employers, entrepreneurs, and so this is quite important as well because it helps you to keep tasks organised and work moving forward. So that's the summary. And we've got project management, meetings, onboarding, task management, brainstorming, and a resource hub. In terms of the prices, let's talk about that. As with the plans last week, so $0, £0, etc. for the free plan. The free plan gives you unlimited cards, up to 10 boards per workspace, unlimited power-ups, unlimited storage, and you get 10 MBs per file, and you get 250 workspace commands per month, and you get custom background and stickers, etc. What the differentiator is between the free plan and the paid plan, which starts at $5 US, it's for small teams. So the free plan is for individuals or teams, but then the $5 says here for small teams that need to manage work and scale collaboration. And so rather than just having up to 10 boards, you have unlimited boards, advanced checklists, unlimited storage being more now moved from 10 MBs per file to 250 MBs per file, and then 1,000 workspace as well. So that's really important as well. So that's Trello. So Trello, just type that into YouTube. You will find a plethora of videos available, as you can see here. I'll share my screen. A plethora of videos from Trello themselves. So it is 9 years ago, so you might choose to opt for something that's newer. So let's look at my third option as part of the planning and organisation section. This is Todoist. Todoist is for those who prefer simpler, straightforward task lists. Todoist is an excellent option. You can add tasks, set reminders, and categorize by project or priority. It also syncs across devices, so you can access your list anywhere. Let me show you the website for Todoist. Now, Todoist is an app I've personally used, and I find it very interesting. So it's about finding what apps work for you. So as you can see here, organize your work and life, finally. It's the world's #1 task manager and to-do list app called Todoist. As you can see, a lot of good and positive reviews here, which are always helpful. Capturing tasks at the speed of thought, focusing on what's important. You have this different layout in terms of to-do list, ticking it off as well, helping you to achieve mental clarity, organisation, simplifying your planning, scheduling due dates, visioning your work, visioning your week calendar as well, and recurring tasks. And again, there's always space for teamwork as well in terms of getting people involved. So let's actually talk to you a little bit more about Todoist in terms of the prices, and also about how you can set up Todoist for school and work. If you have any questions about Todoist, let me know, and I will do my best to answer those based on my experience as well. But if you have any more questions, head to Todoist and engage in FAQs, watch videos, and get acquainted with the system as well. So let me talk about Todoist in terms of the resources that they offer, in terms of the features, and ultimately in terms of the pricing structure, which is really important as well. So let's talk about the resources. So they have a lot of resources similar or akin to Notion. There are a lot of guides in terms of how to use it. So please have a look at the productivity packs. And finally, the benefit I find with Notion, because I can actually integrate my Google account. So I actually have a couple of accounts with Notion. I have one where I get the education planning and one where I'm using my Google account. So you can actually organize your life in terms of connecting with Safari, connecting with Google Calendar and other really important applications that you might be using in your daily life. So how things simplified then, trying to set some tasks and not being aware of your calendar. But by having the integration, it brings things together and how to be more aware before setting goals that you want to achieve. Onto the pricing structure. There is a free forever plan where you can upgrade to unlock the most powerful features for work and collaboration as well. So we have the free account, 5 personal projects, 3 filter views, 1 week activity, and yes, you can integrate your calendar, your email, and more. Now to the $4. When you bill yearly, it's $4 a month. When monthly, it's $5 a month. So you get 300 personal projects as opposed to 5. That's quite a pretty big jump from the free plan. Calendar layout, rather than 3 filter views, you actually get 150 filter views, and you get the AI assistant, so you have deadlines as well. Filter views are it's a way of creating custom views of tasks based on specific criteria such as date, due date, priority, project label, or date created. So you get 3 for those. So you might choose due date, project, and label, but with the pro plan, you can have up to 150. Okay. We do have the option of the business accounts, up to you as to what you can financially commit to. And finally, wanting to just summarize features. Quick add, we have quick add here, capturing tasks, recurring due dates, reminders, 80 integrations, and allowing people a peace of mind. We've got this kind of layout here, projects to do, the team, my projects, my hashtags for fitness, groceries, appointments, the meet you will be studying, business, the Bible study, and trying to frame my week accordingly. Again, organizing, prioritization, really this is a very important tool. And again, it's a tool I love. So let's go into the final part of this section, which is Google Keep. Google Keep, I have actually used before as well. I'm going to show you some of the notes I used to have on here as well. If you're looking for something super simple and accessible, Google Keep is a great way for ensuring quick thoughts and ideas. It's integrated with the Google Workspace. I'm a big fan of Google. I love Google Calendar, Google Meet, I love Google Keep, I love Google Docs, etc. I'm sure you get the gist. So it's ideal if you want to use it alongside. In terms of the Google Calendar setting, you can add tasks, which is really important. So it's a really helpful tool. Yeah, let's get into it. So Google Keep is a note-taking service included as part of the free web-based Google Docs suite offered by Google. You can capture, edit, share, and collaborate on your notes. This was a list I had a while ago, but you can see I have a to-do list at the top right, which is pinned. So SOI is our annual Christian men's conference that my dad runs. We have the Brunel. We have a webinar I attended back in 2020 when I was part of the UN Society. Some words I wanted to think about, some phrases I thought were quite poignant and interesting. So again, when I tick on something, it goes to the bottom. I can pin, I can unpin things, I can go on reminders as well. I can do labels like uni, or I can archive things and bin things. Again, associate with my Google account, which is the F at the top as well. So any questions or queries, get in touch. We started off by talking about four very helpful planning and organization tools. We spoke about Notion, Trello, Todoist, and finally Google Keep. All of these are very helpful. All of these have free plans or are completely free. It's really up to you to actually decide what works for you. I love Notion. I think that all of them are very good, but Notion fits me better in terms of what I need it for. Comment down below if you're using one, if you're comfortable with one, if you're trying out a new one, let us know how it was. Part 2, focus and time management tools. I'm going to be very brief with this. The first one is Forest. Forest is a way of focusing. It's a way to stay on task, stay on track. It's a great app that uses a fun concept. I've used it before. While you work, a virtual tree grows. If you can get distracted, the tree withers, so it encourages you to stay focused, and you can even plant real trees by using it. So let me show you the Forest app. So let's talk about the Forest app. So in terms of Forest, there's also there's a website as well as an app as well, which you can download via Google Play, via Apple Store as well. And so in terms of the Forest app, what you can do is actually download it onto your phone as well, which means that you can carry it around the go with you. And that's one of the beauties of technology, is that especially on things that are condensed into apps as well, it makes it just easily more digestible, and you can take it around with you as well. But also, it actually helps you to avoid procrastination in terms of the Forest app, because you're actually you're actually growing a tree rather. And so actually that virtual tree won't wither as long as you continue to study, as long as you stick to your study schedule as well. And also what's really important as well, which I find really beneficial, is that the Forest company actually plant real trees in real life. And then they've actually planted a vast number of trees as well. And to do with, you can download a lot of these apps either via your Google Play Store or via Apple Store. Right, this is the Forest app. Download it, let me know what you think. I've used it before. It helps you to actually kind of avoid procrastination, so that the virtual tree doesn't wither. And as mentioned, you can actually plant real trees with it as well. As you can see, feel free to read more information. And then they've planted a lot of trees. The next one is LifeAt. LifeAt is for those who want to use the Pomodoro method and study in a simulation, study using key sounds, like for example if you're in a cafe, or if you want to study using rain sound. LifeAt's really good. It helps you to be productive. You have spaces, you have short breaks, long breaks. You can invite people to study with you. My room is called Faith's Room. Feature spaces, free and paid spaces as well. I'm on the free plan. There's a lot of stuff you can actually get from that. Favorite spaces as well. You're in focus mode. You can do a streak. You can also download the desktop app. You can add tasks, for example. I haven't actually updated it, but this was due. I did this module at King's when I was in second or third year. I think second year. It's really useful. You've got Notes. So Notes is Pro. But if you wanted to go pro, there's videos and testimonial, and I actually will start posting a bit more about that. I have actually posted a reel like a while back, maybe a couple of years ago, about LifeAt, but I will definitely get back into it in terms of study with me, etc. If you've got any questions as well, you can contact them. You can chat with your friends. And I know that my sister used to use this together and study together, or we study over a Google Meet call, just to keep each other accountable. I know that there are studies, and there are study with me websites as well, where you can study with other people. As you notice, my voice is kind of going, so while my voice is still hanging on, let me just finish off this episode. So now that we've explored a few different tools, the key is finding a combination that works best for you. You might use Notion for long-term planning, Todoist for daily tasks, and then Forest for focus. Experiment and create your own productivity system, and really play with some of the other tools we looked at in the last video on study tips that actually work, because we spoke about other tips like Pomodoro Focus. I love Pomodoro Focus. Thank you for watching. Remember, productivity tools are there to support you, not overwhelm you. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, stop, pause, take a break, take a step back, start small, try a few and see what sticks. And if you have any favourite tools, share them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date with all of our Work and Study Smartly episodes. And the next episode will be in 2 weeks. Will actually be titled Study Smarter, Not Longer, Efficient Learning Techniques, where we'll talk about the importance of quality over quantity in terms of study hours as well. And we're going into how to actually achieve those focused study sessions as well, really going into that. So let's conclude. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you enjoyed this episode today. Don't forget to also have a look at the playlist link for previous episodes. Our last episode was on study techniques that actually work, and the episode before that spoke about procrastination and burnout, etc. And so don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a great week. Remember, stay organised and stay focused. And if you have any comments or questions, drop them below. And I'll see you in 2 weeks, everyone. See you all.